Hi guys, this is Rakesh. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will see what is property binding and how to install Bootstrap in Angular, our project. So let's start with property binding. So property binding is nothing. It is just a kinds of data binding. So we have already discussed in previous lecture what is interpolation. So interpolation is just a kinds of data binding, and if I talk about property binding, so property binding is also a kinds of data binding. But when we will use a property binding, when we will create a property binding, we have to use a square bracket. Okay, so these are the very basic things: interpolation and property binding. So first of all, I'm going to start a property binding. So before let's see how to install bootstrap. So let's start. Bootstrap, you have already know about Bootstrap is just a framework, CSS framework that is used for customize of your user interface. So I will install Bootstrap with the help of npm command. So I will write npm install bootstrap, right, and enter. Now here you can see it will take some time. So if you have already installed a bootstrap, so this command will update your bootstrap framework, right? So now here you can see I have successfully installed bootstrap. Now let me check. I will check inside node modules where is my bootstrap directory. So you can see inside node modules. So bootstrap, now here you can see bootstrap. Inside bootstrap there are a lot of files. Disk, inside disk we have css, and inside css file we have a lot of file bootstrap grid css. So I will use bootstrap min.css. So I will use this file directory inside angular.json, right? So angular.json, it's a very important file in Angular project, because angular.json like store details of your all files. Like if I talk about assets, style, and tc config, so it is just it is very important. So I will use inside style array, right? So inside style array I will use inside like double quote, and I will use file directory, and inside file directory I have used bootstrap. Let me copy because it's a very okay. So this is a file directory of bootstrap css framework. So and I will save, and again I will check with the help of, I will create one button. So I have already created one button. Let me check. I will save again. Now let me compile this project with 8000, right? So my project is compiling on 8000 port. It will take some time, so don't worry. Okay, let's move on user interface. I will use here 8,000. Now this is the same output. Okay, so now here you can see, though I have successfully installed and I have successfully used a CSS framework. Okay, so this is a very basic. So let me like start with property binding. So first of all, whenever we will use a property binding, so here you can like suppose that I will create a one properties name. Let's say like employee name, right? Employee name I will use type string, strongly type, and inside employee name I will use a value name of this properties, Rakesh Sharma. Okay, now this property I will copy and use inside property binding, right? We use inside s1 tag, and I will use a inner html. Inner html is nothing, it is just existing of element attribute, right? So, and I will copy those properties, right? So let me copy, and now here you can see the same output. Where is output? Okay, let me copy app component.ts. Now here you can see the output is here. So this is a very basic things. You can use any expression with the help of property binding, right? So let's if I want to addition of two number with the help of property binding, right? So just inner html, inside html I will addition of two number. So now what will happen? Now here you can see the output is addition of two number. So this is a very basic things. If you want to use inside image tag, you can easily use. So now here you can see I will copy this line and save, and I want to use inside I will use property binding. I will remove double curly bracket. Now here you can see I will get same output, right? Okay, so let me if I want to suppose that if I want to use disable property with the help of property binding on this button, so how to do it? And let me first of all we will see how to do it, how to use a disable properties. So you can easily use disable properties, right? HTML disable property, simple HTML disable property. Now here you can, this is disable. If I want to, this disable properties will enable within 5000 milliseconds. So how to do it? So first of all I will write some logic for this thing. So first of all I will create constructor. Inside this constructor I will use like this dot, let's say app.component.html. okay, so change image. So this method name change image, right? So where is change image? Change image inside image and image. Okay, So let me copy. Okay, so I will use a set timeout. So set timeout, you have already know in JavaScript. Set timeout is also used for time interval, like time break, automatically change with time, right? So I will use set timeout method, and inside set timeout method we will use arrow function. Arrow function is nothing, it is just a new features of ES6, right? So inside this set interval time, I will pass this image is convert into this image 1 within 5000 millisecond, right? So I will copy this function, and now here you can see the icon is automatically changed, but now here you can see this button is not enabled, still not enabled, right? So how to do it on this button? So first of all, I want to use inside this button we will use a property binding, right? Inside this property binding, let me check what will happen. Now here you can see okay. So let me so this button is automatically. So first of all, before we have to create one properties. Okay, so I will create one properties. Suppose that let's say so this status, we can use this status properties, like so this status properties I want to use inside this status equal to false, right? And this status I will use inside status is not O, right? We will use exponential. What happened? So it's still enable, so we will remove and okay, so I have successfully compile this program. So these are the very basic things how to reach. So I want to say something. You must a basic understanding of TypeScript. Without TypeScript you cannot learn Angular tutorial, Angular, you cannot perform on Angular project. So you must basic understanding of TypeScript. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.